Hello everyone. Come on.
Hello.
So I'm Ben Boyle. Good afternoon. I've learnt a lot today and I just want to summarise what I've learned from each one of the speakers. So from Diane, I learnt about building a stronger value proposition for my business. From Andrew, I learned to move all my property into my wife's name, myself, in case the company doesn't do well. From Lynn, who's left already, but from Lynn, I think I'm going to outsource my subtitling in my videos. It just takes me too long and I can use that time for something else. Okay. All right. And I'm taking Mark's advice. I've actually got a behind-the-scenes filming of myself going on there. So, I hope you guys learnt a lot today from the other speakers. I've been agonising for weeks now about how I'm going to approach this presentation because it's 45 minutes, which is a weird sort of time frame. You can sort of show and not teach everything you want to teach. So here's kind of like what I went through in my head. Often there's presentations that remind you that you should restart certain things in your business and do those things. And so there's a remind aspect. Or you might have looked at some presentations today and it's reassured you that you should keep doing what you're doing. Whether it be remind or reassure, I think today's speakers have helped you reach new levels of knowledge and execution through blueprints and tools and hacks and tips. And so if you can reach higher in execution, then you can reach better outcomes in your business. And then throughout the day, there's like really new things that I learned, things that have been revealed to me. And that's the approach that I want to take with this presentation, which is to hopefully reveal something that's really important to me that I don't see as being important enough in the businesses that I talk to every week. So I talked about 10, 15 new businesses every week, and I just don't see enough of this happening. So I grew up in a small business. This is my dad and mum. I'm getting emotional already. They're still alive. I'm getting a bit emotional. So I grew up in a small business that was struggling, and I had the intention, my brother and I had the intention to try to help their business. And unfortunately, as teenagers, we had no skills, we had no knowledge, we had no experience, we had no connections, we had no money, we had nothing. And fast forward to today, we've got all of those things and we still have the intention to help small business. And they are my why. And when I see you guys, I don't see you. When I visit businesses, I don't see you. I see them. And I want to help them and I want to help you. And so if I could travel back through time with everything I know how to do now and my resources, then I know they wouldn't have struggled. And we can't do that. There's no time machine, but I can do what I do now. And that's where the passion lies for Yes Lloyd. So let's make sure we're on the same page here. So this is my topic for today: grow business through loyalty. So grow to make bigger and better over time. The business, I have some definitions of business that I really love. So the first one is a business is to create and retain customers. There's a lot of us that struggle so much with creating and getting customers, we forget the retain bit. So that's often the missing bit, the retention. The other definition I really love about business is it's about having a meaningful vision that you're trying to deliver, and hopefully somewhere along the way you make a profit. So meaningful vision towards a profit. And loyalty, I'll give a business definition later, but I don't think I need to define loyalty. Like I look across the room here, collectively I don't know you guys for a long time, but to many of you I have a fierce loyalty, and I know that there's an increasing amount of loyalty amongst you guys to me. But if you guys look around you and you're probably seated in close proximity to certain people, you are loyal to them and they are loyal to you. And you know how much value lies in loyalty and loyal friends. And I don't think enough people see that in business. So today I want to share a big idea, and I've had a few iterations of this presentation. And this is the one that made it to the final cut. I had things like, here's 10 tips to create customer loyalty, here's 20 tips, 30 tips, I could have gone to 100 tips. But the way I see that is that there are how-to lists everywhere. Like for example, like I open my Facebook feed and it's telling me how to get a six-pack. Yeah. Or I'll look at a runner's book and how can I run 10 Ks in under 45 minutes. But there's no point me giving you guys a list because I don't have a six-pack app still. I can't run 10 Ks in 45 minutes because I don't see those things as being important to me. So this presentation is about raising and elevating the importance of retention in your minds. And if I achieve that, you'll go looking for the how-to. So just to give you some context, I will go a little bit into how to do it, but mainly I want to build a case and have you guys really think about retention and how important it is to business. So here's the big idea. You want to grow your business. Here are the things that you normally will look at. You look at revenue and sales and market share and the number of employees you have. You look at the company valuation. You look at the number of branches you have. You look at the number of interactions you have. You look at cash flow, customer sat, leads, productivity. My big idea is actually quite a small suggestion. Is when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about growth, and you're perhaps talking to your accountant, talking to your business partners, talking to your staff. These are the things you normally talk about. Let's add one more thing to that list, which is talk about loyal customers. Talk about growing loyal customers, because it means a lot for your business. And some of you guys are probably thinking, your company's just loyal. Of course you've got a bias to say loyalty is important. I'm not working for a loyalty company. I felt that loyalty was so important that I built a company that focuses on loyalty. It's very different things. All right, so I said I'd give a quick definition around loyal customers. Now, these are the people that through bushfires, COVID-19, a recession, the hard times, they're sticking by you, they stay. And collectively as a group, loyal customers, they buy more often. And as I said, they stick around, but they want to see you win. They want to see you succeed. Sometimes these guys actually want you to succeed more than your own staff do, which is pretty shocking. Yeah, but some of your customers, actually the way they act, you'd think that they actually have shares in your business. Yeah, and I feel that way about some of your businesses. I want you to win. And make no mistake, there are certain businesses here, your customers do not need to spend money with you right now. They could keep that in the bank, but they want to support you. And so they go out of their way to spend money with you. So once again, is your business better off with more of these people or less of these people? So loyalty, I really want to elevate the importance of loyalty within your minds, within your business. And finally, sometimes these loyal customers, they're like sales and marketing people for you. They are out there selling and talking about you, and when you get a negative review, I sometimes see these people jump in and they defend you before you've even had a chance to see your own social feed with the negative comments. All right, so that's all very fluffy and feel good and qualitative. I wanted to throw some quantitative number-based stuff here. Andrew will probably like this. Although I've put it at a level that both I can understand and a 10-year-old can understand, mainly because from a maths perspective, that's my level of literacy. So I'll build that quick case for you guys, and then I'll give you a little bit of a recipe. I'll show you what we do, but also show how you guys can get started without needing to engage me. So very similar to Lynn's presentation, where look, I really just care about you guys doing something with this. You don't have to do it with me at all. Just do some stuff to get started. All right, so here are some fancy stats. I knew I was going to forget what they all meant, so I actually had a follow-up slide. So if you look at loyal customers, generally they spend about 3 times more than a normal new customer. If you do any marketing out there to customers, your loyal customers will be more receptive and more likely to buy. So 13%, like a non-loyal customer may react and do something with your marketing, and 60% from the loyal customers. And if you look at the combination of things, it's actually 6 to 7 times cheaper to acquire your next sale from a loyal customer versus a new customer. And then finally, I've talked about word of mouth. So this is the case. A new customer is not the same as a loyal customer. And at the moment, you probably put customers into a single bucket, and whenever you do any activities, you do exactly the same activities just to customers. When what I propose is you segment it out and you do treat them differently. Now, this is the problem that exists, that it's really hard to see that when you just look at the top line. Because someone that hands you $100, whether it be a new customer or $100 from a loyal customer, it looks like $100. $100 looks like $100. Yeah. But if you look at marketing and sales costs, now I'll pick a couple of easy industries. If you look at food and restaurants, they're paying 30% to delivery companies, delivery platforms like Uber Eats. Anyone that's on Groupon, Scoopon, Deal of the Day, Catch of the Day, all those sites, you're paying 30% just to acquire that customer, and often they don't even come back. And often they're not the type of customer that you want, because as soon as someone else has a deal, they're just off somewhere else. Yeah. Now, you need new customers. I'm not saying don't get new customers. What I'm saying is that you need to do more around building loyal customers and keeping them. And often to get your next sale, and these guys want to buy, they're finding any excuse to buy from you. It's going to cost you less in marketing and sales costs to get this loyal customer. And so that line item, that column is not the same. And I don't know your cost of goods sold, but really what I'm talking about is you're making $25 more profit from a loyal customer than a non-loyal customer. And this is not articulating that you're ripping the customer off. In fact, you're ripping them off now because you're doing nothing for often, generally speaking. There's no plan around loyal customers today. So I go to too many restaurants where I go and pay full price, and everyone else is taking out their Groupon voucher. And I don't get anything. I don't even get a free drink, but I'm paying full price. And this is how people feel when they're loyal customers. Here's the problem. Take a drink. Many businesses think loyal customers are the one that they can see. There are actually a bunch of loyal customers that, because you make no effort in this space, you don't know they exist. And they're the ones that, because they think you bloody don't care, will end up leaving. So this is about identifying, because you're looking, you see what you look for. So look for the loyal customers and make sure that you look after them. So that's the case. I'll give you a little bit of the recipe. So firstly, Peter Drucker, I think he left us 2005. He's written many books, a bit of a management whiz-bang man. And he said if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. First thing to measurement is actually to think about caring about it, and then some measurement metrics so you can move the needle on things. Now, this is what we do at Yes Loyal. This is my company. This is a daily report around loyalty and what happens. Now, we never give this to a business owner unless they want to. What this ends up looking like is, hey, here's a bunch of people over here that are loyal to you, you don't even know that they've been buying from you on a frequent basis, and they're slowly going because they don't think you care anymore. So why don't you do something to tell them? Go and give them a hug, give them a kiss, send them something. But if you don't do something soon, they're going to go. And this is no different from any relationship. You've got a girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, as my kids would put it. If you don't show them the love, it doesn't matter, any relationship, soon enough people will go if you don't care. A business relationship is the same as a personal relationship. You need to show you care. You need to invest in it. Now, this is how you can get started for free, and these are the things you should start looking at and measuring. And it may not be a really easy thing to do, so I didn't have anything to put into the show bag because what I wanted to give you guys is something quite virtual, which is I'm actually going to have 12 weeks worth of content which is on the back of this presentation that will show people how to do some of this stuff without ever needing to engage me on my services. So that's what I wanted to give you guys, and that's why I'm not going to cover too much about the how-tos here, because I'll give that to you over the next 12 weeks. So measure the number of loyal customers, measure what they spend, look at what they spend versus a non-loyal customer, so it's easier to make business decisions. Look at the frequency of loyal customers and how often they come back versus non-loyal customers. And then finally, are you losing or gaining in these different areas? So you can build a plan and do something about it, which is a great segue into talking about this. Once you can measure it, you need to build a plan and execute on that plan to grow loyalty. Now, this is what it looks like when we build a plan. So you don't need to do this, it's just an example of what we do at Yes Loyal. We help you build a plan around retention, we help you build a plan around building loyalty and having a better business. Now, this is how you guys can get started. It's very high level, but I'll go through it very quickly. Diane talked about value proposition. Diane talked about promise that you market out to customers. You can't market that promise and not do it. You need to deliver your promise. It sounds simple, but if every business knew that they had to deliver their promise, everyone would be 5 stars online. Why they're 1-star businesses, 2-star businesses, and that's because they've set an expectation with the customer and they haven't delivered it, and the customer's not happy. So you've got to deliver on your promise, and it's not just good enough anymore to be better. Hopefully you can be better and different, and then you have a sustainable advantage. Now, you can't just deliver your promise, you've got to do it the way the customers want it. And I'll give you a very simple example. So let's say I promise to contact Di next week. That's my promise to Di. I'll contact you next week. Now, I could fulfill that promise and tick off deliver your promise, but every one of you, including Di, has a preferred method of contact. Is it WhatsApp, SMS, is it email, is it face-to-face, is it telephone, is it snail mail? If you understand how someone wants their promise delivered, it makes a huge impact to going, wow, they care enough to do it in the way and deliver it the way I want it. What's your preference, by the way, Di? Anything? Just contact me?
Contact me. As long as you contact me and get in communication, that's important.
And then finally, SHIT happens in your business, and those all no moments happen, and you just got to be, not be a DH. You can work out what that stands for, and you got to do what's right in the business. And this is the issue, is that when you're owner operator, you are fully empowered to deal with SHIT that comes up, because you're fully empowered. As you scale to 4 people, if you scale to more people in your business, you got to make sure that they're empowered the same way to resolve issues, whether it's a person manning your Facebook Messenger feed, or whether it's someone who's at the shop. They've got to be able to resolve issues, because you don't have that many chances with customers. But if you get it right when things are not good, it builds loyalty. And they're the 3 big headings. There's a lot of stuff that falls underneath that. And then you've got to maintain and motivate your loyal customers. So once you've got it, you've gone through the dating, you got married, you're going to maintain that marriage. Or it's going to fall apart and they take everything. It's not even half. They take the lot and they leave, and next minute you'll see them with someone else. It's going to be heartbreaking. Now this is how we do it. Now I wanted to show these screenshots because this is actually what people think we do. They just think I built an app. Well, barely took 3 years to build this app. Looks good, but 3 years really. This is more than what we do. We help with the metrics. You saw the report earlier. We help with building plans around loyalty. This aspect of what you see is us helping you work with the loyal customers and show that you appreciate them. There's a couple of things. One is it's not magic. Nothing I do is magic. People think it's some kind of a magic pill. You are still in charge of having a plan and building that loyalty with people. This is just a tool that can help you do that. And the bigger you get, the easier it gets when you have technology. And I think it was Lynn that said that, hey, there's people in technology and you've got to make sure that you don't lean too heavy on tech and stop being people. People buy from people, as we all know. Now, tips to start for free. Just think about this. There's a lot of businesses that do this already, that they do know who the loyal customers are and they reward them, but you guys will all get bigger. And as you get bigger, it becomes harder to know who the loyal customers are and to actually do something at scale to reward them. And that's when you lean into technology. But this next point is the simplest thing you can do. Is just say thank you. Tell loyal customers they are important to you. So with that, actually it's not my close yet, but thank you to each one of you for staying after Mark's session. And there's no alcohol to keep you here beyond my session. So thank you for sitting in. Thank you for the people on Zoom. I really appreciate you guys. And how you just felt, make more of your customers feel that way. It's just a simple thank you for coming back and buying from you. So, what now? You can do nothing. It's an option, Or you could start cooking. Now, top left is how some people feel when you say, hey, start cooking. That's how I feel on the top right when someone says, hey, you need to sort your dinner out yourself tonight, and all I can muster up is some peanut butter and sandwich. Now, if you're the guy or girl on the bottom right, then yes, loyal, Ben loyal. We can cook for you. You can get takeout from us or come to our restaurant and we can do it all for you.
Have you trademarked that? That's
Yes, loyal is trademarked, but Ben loyal is not. All right, so just this is the team. So I'm the guy that takes all the credit. That's my job. And it's often is because I'm quite active on social and I can do a much better job. I've got to talk to Mark afterwards. Is these people do not get recognised. These are the people in my team. My brother Hogan, Michael, Hannah, Jenna, Arthur, Dimitri, Irina, Ivan, Konstantin, Pepe, Pavel, and we're looking for more people to join the team. This is Yes Loyal, and boy, do we know how to cook, if you need something. So, we're people, we're tech, it's about simplicity, with power, we can start quick, zero business disruption, and who did that? Oh, and we're finished.